In a world where every footprint counts, could a patch of soil be the first step towards a greener tomorrow? Hello, Green Warriors. Welcome back to our sanctuary of sustainability. Today, we're diving into the roots of sustainable gardening, where every plant tells a story, and every garden is a universe of possibilities. Join me, as we unravel the secrets of creating a thriving garden that nurtures not just our souls, but sustains our planet. From the magic of mulch to the power of pollinators, we'll explore high-impact strategies to make your garden an eco-friendly powerhouse. We'll meet passionate gardeners who are pioneering innovative techniques to grow more with less, and I'll share some simple yet powerful tips that you can start using today to make a difference. Whether you have a windowsill or a sprawling yard, it's time to plant the seeds of change. Let's grow a future that's as lush and vibrant as the garden you're about to create. Because when we garden sustainably, we're not just cultivating plants, we're cultivating hope. Sustainable gardening is a method of growing plants that's designed to be both environmentally friendly and economically viable. This approach seeks to minimize the negative impact on the environment while enhancing the health and yield of garden spaces. Sustainable gardening covers a broad range of practices, each contributing to a more eco-conscious way to cultivate plants, food, and flowers. Key practices of sustainable gardening. Water conservation. Sustainable gardening emphasizes the importance of using water resources wisely. Techniques like drip irrigation, rainwater harvesting, and using mulch to reduce evaporation help conserve water. Choosing plants that are native or adapted to the local climate can also reduce the amount of water needed for gardening. Soil health. Healthy soil is the foundation of a productive garden. Sustainable gardeners often use organic matter such as compost to enrich the soil, which improves soil structure, provides nutrients, and enhances the soil's ability to hold water and nutrients. Crop rotation and green manures can also help maintain soil fertility and prevent soil-borne diseases. Pest management. Instead of relying on chemical pesticides, sustainable gardening encourages the use of natural pest control methods. This can include introducing beneficial insects, using barriers or traps, and planting companion plants that repel pests. These methods help maintain a natural balance in the garden, reducing harm to pollinators and other beneficial wildlife. Reducing chemical use. By avoiding synthetic fertilizers and chemicals, sustainable gardeners reduce their environmental footprint. Organic fertilizers, such as compost and animal manure, can be used instead to provide a slow-release source of nutrients. Plant diversity. A diverse garden with a variety of plants promotes a healthy ecosystem, which can naturally keep pests and diseases in check. Planting a mix of annuals, perennials, herbs, vegetables, and shrubs can attract beneficial insects and promote a more resilient garden. Sustainable materials. Using recycled materials for garden beds, paths, and structures is another aspect of sustainable gardening. Repurposing materials reduces waste and the demand for new resources. Pollinator-friendly gardens. Creating spaces that attract and support pollinators like bees, butterflies, and birds is crucial for the health of the environment. Planting a range of flowers that bloom at different times of the year ensures that pollinators have a consistent source of food. Benefits of sustainable gardening. Environmental protection. Reduces the environmental impact of gardening, conserving biodiversity and supporting ecosystems. Cost-effective. Minimizes the need for purchased soil amendments and pest control products. Enhanced beauty and biodiversity. Supports a wider range of wildlife, which can make the garden more dynamic and visually appealing. Healthier food. Growing your own food sustainably ensures it's free from harmful chemicals, potentially leading to better health outcomes. Expanding upon the foundational practices of sustainable gardening, it's clear that this approach also promotes a deeper understanding of the cycles of nature and our place within them. Here are some additional considerations and techniques that enhance the sustainable gardening ethos. Integrated landscape design. Sustainable gardening benefits greatly from thoughtful landscape design that considers the entire ecosystem. This means positioning plants where they can best utilize light, water, and nutrients available in their specific environment. For example, taller plants can provide necessary shade for more sensitive species, creating a microclimate that reduces the need for artificial cooling or excessive watering. Seasonal awareness. Aligning gardening activities with the natural cycles of the seasons can increase efficiency and yield. This includes planting seasonal crops that are more likely to thrive in the prevailing conditions, reducing the need for external inputs such as heating, lighting, or excessive watering. It also means understanding the best times for pruning, mulching, and harvesting, which can promote healthier plants and better growth cycles. Community and sharing. Sustainable gardening often has a community aspect, whether it's through sharing excess produce, seeds, cuttings, or knowledge with others. Community gardens are a great example of sustainable practices in action, as they not only utilize shared space and resources but also foster a sense of community and collective responsibility for environmental stewardship. Education and advocacy. Educating oneself and others about sustainable practices is a vital part of this gardening philosophy. Workshops, gardening clubs, and school projects can spread awareness and skills related to sustainable gardening. Moreover, gardeners can advocate for local and national policies that support sustainable practices, such as subsidies for organic farming, restrictions on harmful chemicals, and support for water conservation measures. Biodiversity conservation. Sustainable gardening contributes directly to the conservation of biodiversity by providing habitats for various life forms. This includes not just plants but also insects, birds, and small mammals. Gardens can be designed to include elements like ponds, logs, and wildflower patches that support diverse ecosystems. Self-sufficiency. One of the more empowering aspects of sustainable gardening is the degree of self-sufficiency it can offer. By growing a variety of foods and learning to preserve them through canning, drying, or fermenting, gardeners can reduce their reliance on store-bought products, which often come with high environmental costs due to packaging and transportation. Legacy and long-term thinking. Ultimately, sustainable gardening is about thinking beyond the immediate season or year. It involves planning and planting with future generations in mind, ensuring that the soil remains healthy and the garden ecosystem vibrant for years to come. This may include planting perennial crops, building soil fertility, and using gardening methods that regenerate rather than deplete resources. As sustainable gardening continues to evolve, it becomes increasingly integrated with broader environmental and social goals. This holistic approach extends beyond individual gardens to influence larger systems. Here are further extensions and innovations in sustainable gardening that point towards future trends and opportunities. Technology and innovation. Advances in technology can play a significant role in enhancing sustainable gardening practices. For instance, smart irrigation systems can optimize water use based on real-time weather data and soil moisture levels, drastically reducing water wastage. Similarly, apps and software can help gardeners track plant health, pest activity, and seasonal changes, making it easier to manage gardens efficiently. Urban gardening and vertical farms. As urban populations grow, the challenge of producing food in urban centers becomes more pressing. Sustainable gardening techniques are being adapted for urban environments through rooftop gardens, vertical farming, and hydroponic systems. These methods not only provide fresh produce but also help insulate buildings, reduce urban heat islands, and purify the air. Permaculture. Permaculture takes sustainable gardening into a full system approach, where the garden is part of a larger ecosystem that includes human and animal activity. It emphasizes the creation of sustainable and self-sufficient agricultural systems that mimic natural ecosystems. Permaculture designs often incorporate elements like rainwater catchments, edible forest gardens, and integrated aquaculture systems. Climate change mitigation. Gardens can be designed to help mitigate climate change by sequestering carbon in the soil through practices like biochar application and deep mulching. Additionally, planting trees and shrubs in garden spaces not only supports biodiversity, but also captures carbon dioxide, contributing to climate cooling. Community resilience. Sustainable gardens can enhance community resilience by providing local sources of food and medicinal plants, especially in times of economic or environmental crisis. Community gardens can become hubs of knowledge and resource sharing, strengthening community bonds and providing a buffer against supply chain disruptions. In embracing sustainable gardening, individuals not only enrich their own lives but also contribute to a larger movement towards environmental sustainability and resilience. This approach aligns closely with principles of conservation and respect for nature, promising a healthier planet for future generations. If you're inspired to start your sustainable garden journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more green tips and tricks. Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's keep growing together. Until next time, keep your garden green and your heart greener.